Okay, it finally finished, and in our queue screen window, we see all of the options and that the one failed, which we knew from the beginning, but the others are done. And you remember we put them in the exports folder that we made, so if I go to that, I do see all of my different versions here, and I see that they range from the smallest is 22 megs for the smartphone, up to the final MP4 that we made straight out of Premiere is the largest at 474. So, yeah, the master didn't quite work so well. So that's what you're going to be doing. I have specific formats in the rubric that you need to export for, and then to prove to me that you did it, normally I would sit at your desk and you would show me this, but you're going to have to take a screenshot of this area to prove that indeed you have a smartphone, a web, a YouTube, whatever the 4 or 5 versions that I require in the rubric, you're going to supply a screenshot of that. You could take this screenshot, or I guess in theory you could take this one. I kind of like this version. I would like you to take this version where I can also see the size. So I'm going to ask you to do a screenshot of what you actually see, like in the Finder, where we can see the name, the full name, and how big it is, the megabytes. So you don't necessarily need to output a master for either of these projects, but just remember that in the real world, you would want to have a perfect copy at the highest resolution and best everything that you can. So do keep that in mind for workflow. One last thing, let's pop back into Premiere and talk about archiving your project. So when you finish a video project, it's a good practice to archive it properly. So this ensures that if you ever need to revisit the project in the future, you have everything you need in terms of project files and raw media to pick up where you left off. So when you're ready to archive the project, Premiere Pro and After Effects both offer simple ways to bundle this. In Premiere Pro, we would use the Project Manager, and to get to that, Project Manager, where did you go? Okay, it's slightly in a different location. You go to File, and then at the bottom, Project Manager. And this pop-up window is going to be collecting everything that you want. So it's asking you, do you want all these versions or just the final? There's really no need to have all these versions. This was just our safety net falling backwards. And you look through all these other options, make sure that you have everything that you need. Exclude unused clips. Do you want that or not? Maybe you want that, so you might uncheck that. When you're happy, and then once that file is created for you, you'd probably want to zip it and then save it somewhere that you know is going to be a safe location, a hard drive, a backup, and cloud storage, something like that. So finally, again, if this were real world and you were working on designs, you would want to share them with people, so you would be uploading them to YouTube, sharing them on your social media, perhaps sharing them on Behance, which is where designers and creatives share their work and in many cases get other jobs. So keep that in mind. I'm going to cancel out of this. And that covers all of the book lessons. I'll put together a little run through of going through the rubrics next in the next few days and get that uploaded as well. But you are done with the actual learning. So if you have any questions, reach out to me right away. Thanks.